Hello, pals and gals. Welcome back to PhoenixCast. Today we're on the 5th episode, and joining me again is Mr. Ryan Cross.
Hello.
Hello, my friend.
And we are back.
From outer space.
Oh, I wish I remembered the lyrics on this.
Don't turn around now. I think that's
terrible UK weather. And by terrible, I mean sunny. I don't like sun.
It's not that bad.
It's too hot.
It's too hot.
It's too hot for me. I much prefer the rain. But so why are we here today?
Today we're here to discuss Final Fantasy X. The story of a young man called Tidus, Ryan. Tidus.
Oh, fine. We'll call him Tidus today.
We will.
Are we going to call you Yuna Yuna? Waka Waka?
No.
Riku Raiku?
Riku.
Kamari Kai Mura? I realise I'm saying wrong characters. Okay, so we're going to talk about Final Fantasy X. Not 10-2.
Just 10 for today. Pardon. So, okay. This won't be our usual thing. It's not going to be a recap like our Kingdom Hearts series. It's just a discussion, our views on the game.
Thoughts and feelings.
Yes, quite. Shallow and pedantic.
Okay, so where do you want to begin?
I think with any game, the best thing to do is begin with gameplay mechanics.
So, a turn-based RPG.
A turn-based RPG. But not like the other Final Fantasy titles. Is it, right?
Well, no, it tells you exactly what turn is going to be your turn. In a different way to like other ones.
So you have the turn system. It's traditional in that sense. But it does tell you. So if you use haste, it will add attacks in. So rather than being an ATB gauge where it will fill up and then that player will have their turn, it gives you set turns where it's use haste and it'll be like this person has 3 attacks before the boss will have their next attack or the enemy. So things like that. That's quite a new feature, which was really helpful, I've got to say, for the later fights.
Penance.
Definitely for penance, yes. and all the Dark Aeons, and generally before you're maxed, any boss really.
Yeah, suddenly talking about it reminds me of all the maxing. Oh god.
Ryan's having some Narn flashbacks.
I really am. I mean, we got that game for PS3 and Vita, and then PS4 when it came
PS2.
out. And PS2.
Let's not forget the PS2. I mean, we had the international version of the game, being from the UK.
Yeah.
So the first time we ever had the game, we had the extra stuff, like the penance fight and the Dark Aeons, which weren't actually released in Japan. Or America. I think it was just Europe that got it.
I think it was a European thing. So when we got the game to come out in HD, ours was more just HD, whereas America and Japan got the Dark Aeons and Penance as well.
Yeah. That was quite shocking to me, really, considering our track record with most Japanese titles and UK never getting anything, really.
No, we don't.
It was quite nice to be the people that got something.
Still feeling it today.
Yep, can't wait for that PS4 Pro to get announced for Kingdom Hearts 3. We need that.
It's been like a month since E3.
It's been.
I can't.
You were meant to carry on the song.
It's been. What song? Oh. No. Anyway.
Okay, moving on.
And it's been 1 week, not 3.
I didn't say 3.
Did you?
No.
You said 3?
I whispered it.
You fucking said 3.
Alright, I said 3. Whatever you say.
If I go back in the fucking edit, I'm going to edit in like a random voice that says, he says 3. So, we got the gameplay. The whole thing is just running around. What the hell are you doing?
No, I'm just bugging you.
Keep going. Cool. The whole thing is just running around Spira looking for stuff and things. We are really doing terrible.
Looking for stuff and some things.
The story is essentially just a pilgrimage for a summoner named Yuna, and that's it.
I'm sorry.
What?
When you said the whole thing's a pilgrimage, all I could think was, Happy Thanksgiving, pilgrims!
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm sorry.
This retelling of Final Fantasy X.
We're not retelling nothing, son. We're reviewing.
Retail review.
Something like that.
1.5 remix.
Final chapter prologue.
Final chapter prologue.
Okay, so yeah, running around Spira, looking for things and stuff. I mean, we start off really in Zanarkand, story-wise. It's quite a good story, I think, personally. A lot kind of goes on. Always having questions that don't really get answered until, end game, start of...
So it's when you go back to Zanarkand again.
No. Just before. Real questions come up. You know when you go
oh, yes.
in home?
Yes. Yeah, I know exactly where you're going.
So, the lore of FF10. So you've got summoners who pray to statues to gain magical powers to fight the big monster called Sin that keeps going around destroying everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a monument to all your sins.
Oh, he said it.
But no, seriously, that's what he is.
Yeah. He will mess your day up. Oh, I'm gonna pre.
Why would you say that?
I don't know, man. All the references are coming out. The gloves are off.
Oh, and I wanted to give a review score at the end of this.
Hey, we can. Okay, so lore. We've got
your
the summoners.
Whole fucking pre-thing. How can I do that?
Why can't you?
Because I have to take down the score by like 0.5 now.
No, you're not. You're gonna increase it.
We want the point of the story is that you actually can name Tidus to whatever you want it to be. They don't ever say his name.
Yeah, they never say his name, so that's why there's a lot of people saying it's Tidus. No, it's Tidus. I called him Tidus for years, from when I got the game up until Kingdom Hearts, actually,
which we've already mentioned. Yeah,
where Waka will be like, "Have you seen Tidus today? I heard he's going down to the secret spot."
Yep.
And it's like,
you did that exactly the same in our Kingdom Hearts podcast as well.
Did I?
You did, yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear. But anyway, right, so getting back on track. Summoners pray to statues to fight Sin with the big scary summon people. And then they select people they trust to be their guardians to protect them on this pilgrimage.
Guardians.
We're guardians. We're awoken and we're outspoken. We're gonna get copyright on this.
Stop it.
You started it.
Yeah, for fuck's sake. I just said guardians. You didn't have to fucking carry on.
I did.
Oh dear.
Okay, right. So we follow young man Tidus, who is from Zanarkand, and he's the star player of the Zanarkand Apes.
Zanarkand Apes.
Mm-hmm. Until, fatefully, Sin munches on him a little bit, eats him up, and teleports him away to a long-distant land.
Called Spira.
Yeah. Which makes me think of Spyro every time you say it. It's just that hype.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll talk about that closer to the time.
Yeah.
Although, I think, to go into the lore of Final Fantasy X, Spira's always been a thing. Because Zanarkand
is part of Spira.
Yeah, and it was always a war with it.
But that's something that I suppose sort of makes sense, but for a long time I didn't understand. That Tidus gets taken to Spira, but he doesn't really know anything about Spira. Which leads me to believe, do you know how... So I'll give a bit of background. A lot of people think he's got amnesia from getting too close to Sin's toxins, and that's why he doesn't know anything, when in matter of fact he's not from there, he's from 1,000 years in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So Sin teleported him further into the future.
Yep.
But really, if you think about it, when people are praying, the whole prayer they do.
Yeah.
and it took he didn't know how to do it or know what it was.
Yeah.
And then later on he says, I should have known because that's the sign for victory in Zanarkand for Blitzball players. So that's makes me think that he did actually get amnesia from Sin's toxins, as well as getting teleported to the future.
Maybe. I don't know.
I never really thought about it too much till now.
But we do find out in 10-2 that Zanarkand has been at war with Spira for a while. And then that's why Sin appeared.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember what it was now.
They say Sin came to regress them. So, like, they got too advanced.
Time to wipe the slate clean.
Pretty much. They say, they relied too much on Machina. And Sin came to destroy them for doing that, apparently. Because it goes against the teachings of Yevon.
The teachings of Yevon. Yeah.
Which, although Tidus has never heard of Yevon, we find out in 10-2 that Yevon was a thing when Tidus would have been alive
maybe.
Back then. Because of Len, who was a summoner, praying to Yevon.
I don't know.
1,000 years in the past.
But, you know.
But we'll get on to 10-2 one day. For now, we're focusing on 10.
Maybe if we need to. If we ever get...
No, I like the idea of talking about the whole Shuyin thing and the connections.
If we ever get a 10-3, maybe.
Yes. If we ever get a 10-3.
They give us a 13-3, but they don't give us a 10-3.
Yeah, that hurts me in my core.
Yeah, I can't even fathom it.
I can't.
Stop it. So what's your opinion of the story then? Overall.
See, overall, I think Final Fantasy X has a pretty great story. I think it's not over the top with its romance elements, because a lot of the time the romance seems to like overshadow other things. Like if I'm going to compare it to other Final Fantasies, that's the word. You've got Squall and Renoa, which from the beginning of Disc 1, you can just tell.
Final Fantasy VIII was built on that.
Yeah, exactly. And then like all of Squall's character development comes from him growing to like Renoa,
interacting with Renoa, but also like Zell and stuff, like love for friendship, but also
I think Zell and
Quist
Quistis help, like the orphanage part and all that. But
yeah.
But yeah, so then there's 9, which it doesn't really go around romance, but I think Zidane does grow a lot purely because of Dagger. Yeah, the fact that he got sent off at that World Cup was really hard. Oh, we're on about Zidane from Final Fantasy 9. Okay, cool. Zinedine Zidane. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, right. You got that. Cool. But it wasn't harsh. He deserved that red card. The headbutt. Yeah. But yeah, because he was pretty much just a ladies' man until he met Dagger, and that turned his character around. Ooh, soft. And that's proof. He thought he was God's gift to women. And then 7 as well, but 7 I've never really quite understood. It was more like a love triangle. It always felt like Cloud went with Tifa purely because Aerith died. Not to dive too much into 7, but I feel like he cared more about Aerith because it kind of like explored more in Crisis Core, because Zack went through the same thing. Yeah. Well, so there's that kind of similar. You see in the flashbacks that he always felt like him and Tifa weren't that close. He was the weird kid on the outside. Yeah, but also in the flashbacks, he also said he wanted to become soldier so he could come back and protect her. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so like he did care about her, I know that much, but I don't think it was in a romantic way. I think he just wanted to prove to her that he could be relied on. Yeah, I suppose that's fair. That's how it comes across to me, and I think he got more romantic with Tifa, sort of. Once Aerith died, he was like, "Well, option 1's gone." Spoilers, but yeah. Well, I guess, but do you know what? Spoilers stop mattering after like 20 years. And it's been 21, so I'm allowed. Alright, I'll give you it. But right, so back to 10. I don't think it relies too much. I mean, obviously you've got the romantic parts between Tidus and Yuna. Yeah, like quite heavily hinted at. There's the part where they make out in the pool water, and then it plays the Suteki Dene song. But my favourite part is when Tidus is looking at her so goofy. Yeah, his little smile. I always wondered though. Yeah, he's a blitzball player. How can she breathe underwater so well? I mean, if you want to go further in 10-2, she can play blitzball. So. Yeah, but you also see that she's holding her breath under the water for as long as she can, and it ain't that long.
True.
So,
Love does many things.
yeah, he must be feeding her oxygen.
Love works in mysterious ways.
The power of love. Had to do it.
I'm glad that we're really enjoying this one.
Well, you know what? This is what it's all about. Two pals having a gaff.
I was going to say galling, but I don't know what. Yeah.
So yeah, story-wise, there's that. There's the other elements, like the mystery of how Tidus got there, which doesn't get explained until the ending cutscene.
That's true.
It does kind of build on it before that. Slowly starts to build it up.
Mm.
From it's pretty much when you get to Zanarkand.
It's actually kind of in Mount Gagazet. You beat Seymour, and then do you remember after it? Seymour's another aspect of the story, but
Which
you
the
see
final Seymour.
No, it's the one before the final, so that would be the one on Gagazet.
Seymour Butt.
I don't remember what that one is. I know it's a difficult one. On Gagazet. So at the top of Gagazet, you fight him, and then you go to a waterfall, and
I'm sure you can use like a Phoenix down on him and it kills him instantly or something.
it was something weird about it.
I can't remember. It's been a while. But yeah, I remember which one you're on about.
Yeah, and then there's like a waterfall with all the spirits.
Yeah,
in it.
that's the entrance to Zanarkand.
Yeah, I know it's the entrance.
So-
I thought you were on about more in Zanarkand.
No, that's that exact part, because you look at the wall and you go into the faith and you're back in Zanarkand and having that flashback sort of thing, but not a
Yeah.
flashback, and that kid's like, you're not real.
You're a dream.
So yeah, but we'll get more into that later on. So yeah, there's the mystery that doesn't really get explained until the very end.
Yeah.
And then I just think the characters work really well together story-wise. How, like, the relationship between Waka and Lulu and
Walker and
Waka's
Tidus.
brother.
Yeah.
What was his name? Chapu.
Although he says that Tidus looked an awful lot like Chapu, and that's why he grew a liking. And then you see Chapu in the far plane, looks nothing like him.
Maybe facially. I've never paid much attention.
I've actually looked. I can't see it.
Yeah, Chafu's a lot more tan, completely different hairstyle and colour.
He just wanted a reason to give the sword.
Yeah, he's like, here you go. So his iconic sword is called Brotherhood, Tidus's, and it was originally Chapu's sword, which Waka gives to him because, well, he liked him. He's really good at blitzball.
And then that sword becomes absolutely useless after the Thunder Plains. Do you remember? Because you get the Guardo Salam, and then they teach you how to put like abilities on weapons, and they use Brotherhood, and it gets water at strike or something like that. And it's only good for the Thunder Plane.
Yeah, but I guess that's true. And then after that, to be honest, because straight after Guardo Salam and the Thunder Plains, you come out in
Macalania Woods.
Macalania, which is ice and water, so you can't really use Brotherhood.
Exactly.
But once you go, actually, there's quite a lot to do, isn't there? Because you do Macalania, then you go down under the lake and you fight the Wendigo, and then you go to the Calmlands.
You also do the whole Seymour, the very first Seymour fight.
Yeah, where you fall. No, you beat him, come back up, then you fall down.
Yeah. And then Sin appears. And then you're at Beacon Desert.
Jesus, man, so much happens. Oh,
I
yeah,
know.
then you go to home, and then you go to Calmlands.
Yeah.
And that's when you've been outcast from Yevon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I was trying to get to was, once you get to Calmlands, it's useless anyway, because you want to put capture weapons on everyone.
After home, you actually go to Bavel. Because that's when the wedding happens.
Oh, yeah. Who do you fight there?
You don't fight anyone really. You stop the wedding, and then you're like, I can fly. She kills herself.
Drops off and just hits the ground.
She does, and she summons.
But no, what actually happens is Dante catches her, and he's like, "Be a shame if you just ended up as a pretty stain."
And then she shoots him in the head.
Getting off track again.
She summons Valafor, which is the very first summon in the game, and then saves herself, and then we get Bahamut.
Oh, the dragon!
We are filling this podcast with references today. How many people are you going to have to credit when you come to edit this?
So far,
We have 4 or 5.
I think it's only 4, yeah, 3 or 4.
Yeah, wow. As long as you credit them, it'll be alright.
Game Grumps. Who else?
Doki, because you just did. What's his name? Dorky, sorry. Dorkley. Fucking hell.
Oh no, that one is Dorkley. Yeah.
And I'm sure there was someone else in there that I can't remember, but you'll have to just listen back.
I did a Family Guy
That was the one.
reference, but
So Seth
don't
MacFarlane.
really think I need to credit Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah, and oh man, that story is actually really good though.
10.
Yeah, because I just remember it all.
A lot of people aren't a fan. But what annoys me the most about people's complaints about 10 is, one, the laugh scene. Which, yes, is slightly cringy, but that is how the story portrays it. So it fits.
Yeah.
He's pushing out a laugh that he doesn't want to do to hide his pain to help Yuna. And that's how it was written. That is how the directors asked him to play that line.
And they think that's bad. They haven't heard the Japanese version. It's so much
No, the
worse.
Japanese one's terrifying.
Yeah, it's... it's oh my god.
So no, kudos to the voice actor. He did a great job.
Yeah, he did.
Do you know what, actually? I'm going to put a link in the description of this video with a link to an interview where he talks about the laugh.
Yeah.
Because I want people to understand.
Do you know he voiced Leonardo in a TMNT animated movie?
Did he?
Yeah. I rewatched that movie like a year ago and I was like, oh my god.
I just find it really strange when he talks because he doesn't put a voice on for
No,
Tidus.
he doesn't change it.
And he talks and Tidus comes out and it's just really weird.
Yeah, he voiced someone else. I can't remember who. Oh man, that's going to annoy me. But other than
So yeah, what was I gonna? Yeah, so you have the payoff at the end. The story overall is quite well rounded.
You ever cried at the end?
Who hasn't? I shown it to an ex-girlfriend,
Yeah.
and she'd never played any Final Fantasy, and she cried at the ending of 10 with no connection to the characters. It was still that moving for her.
Yeah, to be fair, the ending is such a good payoff when you get to it.
Yeah, definitely.
The high five between him and his dad as well.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
Yeah. And
Quite
then
bad.
there's that cutscene at the end of the credits where he like wakes up in the water and swims back up, and it's kind of like
That's sort of a spoiler.
it is really
major spoiler, but you don't know.
for like the perfect ending of 10-2, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like, I get that they're trying to hint, oh, there's going to be a sequel, but hinting it with the ending of said sequel,
and then that sequel starting off with, "What can I do for you?"
wow, 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 wow.
Yeah.
Well, you got that, and then, or is that the actual opening, or does
The
it
opening
start
starts
with
with like the guard getting dragged, and it's like Y
R
R P
in position? It's showtime, girls.
And then I think it goes into after that.
Oh yeah, no, it's after that. It's like, it all started with this sphere of you,
Yeah.
and then also ends that way.
Does, yeah, actually.
I like when things come full circle. It's cool. But yeah, 10. So they didn't really need to do a 10-2, personally. I think if Tidus disappeared.
Did you say Torres?
No. What is with all the footballers
I
coming
don't know. How do you even know?
I was gonna say, of course I know who Torres is.
Oh my god.
I mean, I was going to say Tidus, and I tried to change it to Tidus, and I was like,
Fernando Torres.
Fernando.
That's another.
God damn it.
Oh my god.
I will never.
I understand. Oh man. I really feel for you, to be honest.
What, the listener or me?
Both. At this point. Oh my god. There is one thing we haven't mentioned. What's your opinion of really the main bad guy isn't Sin in this whole thing, and it's not Yevon either.
Uneska?
It's a specific person pulling the strings.
Seymour.
Yeah.
Butts.
Seymour who?
Seymour Butts.
Seymour Butts. Is that what you've been trying to say this whole time?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, is that the name of his like second form or something like that? But I thought you were saying
No.
Busk.
No.
Oh.
Seymour Butts.
Seymour Butts. Oh, I bet you're so proud of yourself.
Yeah, I am.
Cool. So yes.
I'm gonna make myself a star.
Seymour has mommy issues. Because Anima is his mom.
Yep.
That's about it, really. Although
Yeah.
the cool thing was what you find out that Anima is at the temple where Tidus first winds up when he's in Spira,
Yeah, yeah.
which was a pretty cool, interesting.
And
thing.
is a missable Aeon for Yuna, because you have to get certain items throughout the game.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
I can't remember how you get any of them anymore.
they're just in the trials.
Oh yeah, it's putting the destruction sphere in, isn't it?
Yeah. figuring out that. I remember being young and doing the lightning temple.
Oh, Jose Temple.
And I couldn't do it.
I
was
got stuck there
so
for a
long.
long time when I was a kid.
I couldn't believe it.
I can't remember what's so hard about it. Like, I know doing it now, I can just be like, sphere goes here, boom, boom, boom.
You had to charge the spheres, and it didn't quite make sense of how you were meant to charge
you open
them.
that door, and then you push the pedestal with a sphere and into the lightning in the middle
Yeah.
to jump across. And then it press the button and it's charged it or some shit.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It is quite weird.
And then the one after that is Bavel.
I think that's another thing that I really liked about 10 was it had a bit of everything. So you had complex and quite enjoyable puzzles.
Oh god.
The battle system was, in my opinion, one of the best Final Fantasy has ever had. I mean, ability-wise, not so much. I love the sphere grid as a level-up system. I think it's brilliant. Like just because of the flexibility.
Was it you that got all the way to the Moonflow and never used it? And you were like, I'm level 99, I'm so powerful.
Where's the Moonflow story-wise? You go
That's
from
after
Moonflow,
Jose
Mushroom
Temple.
Rock. No, it's not. It's before.
No, it isn't. It's after. You do Jose Temple and
No,
then
you're
you
right.
go
Yeah,
to
it's
the
Mushroom
Moonflow.
Rock. Jose's at the end. Then you go to
The Moonflow.
Moonflow.
Didn't you get there and get stuck on the boss?
No, I got further than that.
Without leveling up once? Oh no, did you get
Macalania
you got
Woods.
to the tank?
Yeah.
Oh my god, how did you do
I got
that?
all the way to the agency in Macalania Woods,
Oh my god.
and I never leveled up once. I was like, wow, I'm S level 99. I must be so strong.
No, you're not.
No.
In fact, you just wasted a shit ton of levels.
Yeah. And I was like, why is Thunder doing so little damage on a machine? What is this stuff?
I remember getting stuck on that tank and going out to buy the guide. I was like, how'd you beat this? The guide said use Ixion.
Yeah, Ixion was
That was
pretty
it.
helpful.
It just said use Thunder or Ixion. I was like, oh, come on, man.
And then
Turns out I was just under level.
so I used my sphere grid after learning that, getting Lulu all the way to like nearly almost level 3 magic in like one go, and becoming super powerful
Yeah.
and finding the boss easy. I was like, oh, okay, I understand this game now.
I actually got it wrong, by the way. You go to Macalania Temple after Jose. Because I said Bavel. You get Shiva first.
Yeah.
And then you fight Seymour
Yeah,
for the
because you get
first time.
Shiva, fight Seymour in the temple because you come out and he's quite difficult. You get him down to low health and then he summons Anima and you've got to beat Anima.
Yeah.
So that's
something
annoying.
weird about Anima. Oh yeah, he was weak to Shiva, wasn't he? He's weak to ice.
Mm.
And I remember me and you, we used to use Titus's overdrive to...
Slice and dice at that point.
Yeah. I remember using Spiral Cut against Seymour because it would instantly bring out Anima.
Would it?
Yeah, if you had Titus high enough, you would bring out Anima straight away if you used Spiral Cut.
Alright.
Because I remember he had to get his health under half, I think it was.
Something like that.
Something like that.
And he had like level 2 magic, which was annoying at that point.
And then the weird old guy's like, Mr. Seymour. Oh.
What's his name? Machen.
Machen or something like that, yeah. Oh god, that sounded
That
painful.
click's going to be on mic.
That sounded painful.
Yeah, so that's story-wise. We've pretty much gone through the
Basic.
basic of it. Like, we're not retelling the story. I mean, I highly, highly recommend
There's Walker,
anyone listening, go play the game.
Walker and Lulu kind of have a love thing.
So yeah, let's I guess elaborate on that. So Lulu used to date Chapu, Waka's
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah.
Chapu died to sin, which is why Waka is Yuna's guardian, and so is Lulu.
Yeah.
So Waka is a blitzball player, and Lulu is a black mage.
Yeah, that is true.
So yeah,
What's the guy's name? The guy in the I can't even remember their name. You know, the army. What are they called? Oh my god. I don't remember.
what army?
The army that is dedicated to killing sin.
Oh, like the people that Lucia,
Yeah,
like the
those,
Chocobo people.
yeah, those people.
I can't remember.
I'm bouncing between 10-2's names for them. Because New Yevon and
The Youth League. It's not
the
that.
Youth League, but it's not that one, is it? It's-
Well, check. Let's search it up real quick. I mean,
well, anyway, there's a guy.
yeah, you continue. And
the
I'll,
guy
I'll
in
list
there,
it.
I can't even remember his name actually, to be honest.
Clasco.
Yes, thank you. Turns out he's the one that made Chapu enlist.
Clasco.
Not Clasco.
No,
the
it wasn't
redhead-
Clasco. Clasco's like the
The
one
redhead guy.
Oh man.
Do you know what I'm on about now?
Yeah.
There's him and that other guy who's with him all the time.
Yeah, I know you're on about. You first meet them in Besaid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Waka didn't know.
No, he didn't, and that's actually a missable cutscene.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you go back to Mushroom Rock and go all the way up to the elevator.
He's like, if I die here, I want you to know the truth, and that's how you save him.
Yeah, that's how you save him. But Waka hits him, doesn't he?
Yeah,
or he tries to.
He punches him.
Yeah, Waka punches him for making it happen.
And then Lu's like, enough, Waka.
And this is why he gives Tidus the Brotherhood, because Chapu was supposed to take it with him when he fought Sin, and Waka thinks that's why he died.
Yeah,
because he didn't have his lucky family sword.
He took a Machina weapon.
Yeah,
Machina's frowned upon,
and that's why he hates Machina and is such a big Yevon believer, because he thinks that's why.
He also hates the Albed, who are a species in this game. Like
the Albed still use the Machina, so they're counted as heathens in the eyes of Yevon, which is the big religion.
Yeah.
In Final Fantasy X, so in Spira.
Yeah.
So Yevon is what gives summoners their power, essentially.
Yeah, it's the faith.
Yeah, the faith, which are people who.
I do like that song actually. It's not bad. What the hell is a summoner?
Stay away from the summoner.
You're a bad man.
It's not FF10 without that in it.
No, there's a lot of random dialogue options in 10.
I'm trying to think what to search for this. That's
FF10 army.
I don't know. But yeah, so that's generally the story aspect, right?
Kind of, yeah, because you've got Kamari, who's just like Yuna's guardian.
Yuna's got because he knew Braska.
Yeah, her dad.
Yuna's dad, which was the last person to defeat Sin, the High Summoner.
Yeah, the High Summoner.
Whoever defeats Sin, by the way, this is why what we were talking about in Home dies by beating him. They give their life.
Then also becomes the person who's used for the final summon.
Yeah, so
the
summoner will use one of their guardians to summon the final Aeon, which will sacrifice their guardian, use the final Aeon to beat Sin, and then the person who was sacrificed becomes the next Sin in 10 years.
Could you imagine if we actually just didn't defy that fate and kill Unalaska, and instead
she uses Tidus?
No, but imagine she chose Waka, and Waka's now Sin. And he's just like throwing blitzballs at people as Sin.
He just tries to join in the matches.
Yeah.
He turns up at Luca, and everyone's like, "It's Sin," and he's like, "Come on, guys, I just want to play."
Seymour was just like, "I activated my trap card."
Fool.
So, but yeah, you defy your fate. That's the game, really. Defying fate.
Defies of fate from FF13 should be playing right now. Dude, I can't fucking know.
I really am so upset you brought that up.
Shut up. Why do you have to keep playing?
Oh my god.
Yeah, so
what a great Final Fantasy X podcast.
We didn't really go that much over gameplay mechanics.
Not really, because it's turn-based.
Yeah, but it's turn-based. But the biggest thing that they added in was the switching of characters mid-battle.
Oh, yes, of course.
So that's one thing I want to talk about. And also the leveling system, which we haven't really talked about. It's called the Sphere Grid. You basically have nodes that you activate using spheres that you get as drops from battle.
Yeah.
And your levels, so you'll level up normally with XP, now called AP, and it gives you an S level, not a level. And you spend your levels as moves on this big board game like grid.
Yeah.
You can use clear spheres to get rid of stats. So you'll have +1, +2, +3, +4 for each stat. And you want to have every single node filled with a +4 node. You can also change +20 MP into +40 MP and +200 HP into +300 HP.
They're called the Crusaders.
The Crusaders, everybody. Okay, so yeah, the Crusaders. They're the guys the army essentially that Chapu was in that went to beat Sin and failed miserably.
Yeah, it's religion and army versus Sin. Neither one wins.
No, everyone loses.
Never.
Everyone loses against Sin. I think this game is just a massive metaphor for don't be an arsehole.
Oh, and Sin always comes back. I'm coming back.
Kept you waiting, huh?
6. So
it's Metal Gear Sin. Ah!
oh my god. Yeah. You're on about the leveling?
Yeah. So yeah, I just think it's really free the way you level up. You can take any direction you want. Every character can learn every ability, get the same stats. So really, it comes down to your end game team will be whoever has the best overdrive, or if you've played the older Final Fantasies or newer ones, Limit Break. But yeah, it's called an overdrive in this. It's pretty much a button combination to do a superpower attack.
Trance.
Or trance, yeah, from 9.
Yeah.
But no, that works a bit differently. That gives you like 3 or 4 moves of strong attacks.
Yeah, but it's still like the power up move. Like,
yeah. It's like you get hit enough times, or you hit enough times. Another thing that I think is really good about this game, which it pretty much makes the game really free. So we've got overdrive, but then there's different modes you can set for how it actually builds up.
Yeah.
So you can have loner. So if you're alone, or everyone else is dead, or they've left the battle for whatever reason, and you're on your own, every turn will pretty much fully fill up your overdrive bar. Or there's Victor. Every 2 battles you win fills it up. There's Stoic, which is that every time you attack, or every time they attack.
Every time they attack you.
It's Stoic.
Yeah. I think it's Warrior for every time
Warrior
you attack
is every time you attack. Yeah. So yeah, as you can tell, there's ones for like status ailments.
I've never maxed those out.
No, I've never maxed those out.
Same with Riku's mix ability.
I've never done all of Riku's mix ability, which amazing in overdrive. She's one of the best people. She's pretty much essential to your endgame team to beat Dark Aeons and Penance.
True.
You
Riku
need
is
you need her Mighty Summit G or whatever it's called.
Mighty Guard, isn't it? Or,
no, it's like Mighty Summit or Super Summit G.
oh no, it acts,
and it
like,
gives
it
you
acts like Mighty Guard.
Gives you like Protect, Shell, Auto Life, and Haste. I think.
Yeah.
All at once on every character.
She is actually the cousin of Yuna.
Yeah, Yuna's cousin. Who she is also an Albed, the people that Waka hate.
Yeah, he hates them too.
So he doesn't know Yuna's half Albed.
They defy the teachings.
And then she's like, "Can I join and be a guardian?" And Lulu's like, "Open your eyes."
No, that's Oren that says that.
Is it Oren?
Yeah, Oren's like, "Open your eyes."
I know what you're hiding.
An Albed has
Spiral irises.
Yeah.
It looks awesome.
And wasn't Yuna's mom an Albed?
Yeah, I believe
Braska
her mum would have been Sid's sister, because Braska wasn't an Albed.
Yep. And we've got our typical Sid in the game, which is Riku's dad.
And her uncle.
Yep.
So yeah, that's the level system. The story is great.
One of my favourite things actually is one beginning game you obviously run into Riku as Tidus, and you go down to the underwater part, and they're like, "We've uncovered an ancient machina," and you see it, and if you put the pieces together later on, that's the airship that we're using later in the story here.
Is it?
Yeah, you have to beat the random boss.
Yeah, you power it up and that big octopus thing comes.
Yeah. And then the lights shine on it. The underwater thing. Yeah, that's the airship.
Oh, right.
And they spruced it up for later on in the game. Yeah.
That's quite interesting.
Yeah. Obviously, you only really notice if you're replaying it.
Yeah. I do want to do a playthrough of 10 again.
I love
now that I've platinumed it.
It's not like 12 though, because like even though I'm not I gotta go through like let's say the Thunder Plains, I'm just listening to music.
Yeah, I don't think there's only one place in the entirety of Final Fantasy X that I despise and don't want to play through ever again.
Is that the ruins?
No, it's Beacon Desert.
I've never really not liked it. I hate it in 10-2.
Oh, that's where I am in 10-2, and that's why I'm not platinum that yet.
Yeah, I don't like it in 10-2, but in 10 I didn't really mind it when you go there the first time. It's when you do all the side quest stuff.
Yeah.
With the catch-wise, is it?
Yeah, and you have to examine the rocks and then sneak up on them, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then also you get to fight Dark Ifrit.
Yeah, if you go back by accident and don't realise.
I think he's probably the easiest Aeon to beat.
He probably is, but when you've not leveled up...
No, you're dead.
Yeah, you're dead.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, so... There is another secret Aeon we didn't say, which was Yojimbo.
Yeah, he's exploitable, actually, for the best armor in the game. Keep fighting him, get the drops, leave, save, go back in, it resets him. Just keep doing it.
The Dark Aeon version,
yeah. Yeah, you do have secret. There's 3 secret, technically 5 secret aeons, but
Oh shit, yeah.
so you've got the major sisters who you get for. How do you get them again?
You just go to the temple and you have to beat what's her name? The woman that you kept seeing throughout the journey.
Oh yeah. So it's just off the side of Calmlands after you get a chocobo.
Yeah, you have to chocobo. Yeah.
You've got 2 things you can do there. You can do the
Race.
chocobo race, which is annoying as fuck.
Don't you need to do it though for something?
You have to do it and hit no checkpoints to get the cloudy mirror, which you then upgrade to the celestial mirror to power up your best weapons.
Yeah. Great.
So there's that, and then you have to go in and beat all of her aeons one after another, I think.
Yeah, but you also have to unlock the aeons yourself.
Yeah, you have to get them all, apart from the major sisters.
Yeah, and
Then she unlocks the door and you can go in and get the aeon.
and then you fight them, and then that's it.
And yeah, so there's them. There's Anima, which we've already spoke about. You get the destruction sphere reward from every temple you go to throughout the story. And the final one, Yojimbo, which you literally just pay money.
He's a greedy fuck.
Yeah. The more you pay him, better he is, the more he likes you.
Bit
of a cop-out.
It is a cop-out,
If you
especially
pay
when you
enough.
go against penance.
Yeah, whatever you go against, no matter if it's a boss, you could be the last boss in the game. If you pay him around 1 million gil, I mean, that's what I pay him. I don't know what the actual threshold is to make him do it.
I think it's only like 200,000.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not a lot.
But he'll use a move called Zanmato, which instantly kills anything. Including the hardest enemy in the game, Penance, like Ryan just mentioned. And you still get the trophy for beating Penance like you did any work. Looking at you, Tanvi.
Tanvi, I'm looking at you. If you ever listen to this, no. You call yourself a fan. You're not a fan.
You've got FF fan in your name.
He's also got a KH fan in his name, to be fair. So
No platinums.
No platinum.
Well, I think he's got...
He's got 1 and Birth by Sleep. He actually has probably a bit more than you do, but...
Why?
Because he's got Birth by Sleep.
I've got everything apart from that.
I think the only one he doesn't have is 1, actually. Because he can't be asked to go back into beginner.
Oh, man.
Oh, dear. Poor Tanvi. But yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, we got that. Thinking, what else is there to go over with this game?
Not a lot, really. It's just it is linear.
Oh, yeah.
Until you get to end game, really.
Yeah, end game, you get an airship and you can fly around, do little side
and
quests.
obviously to get Anima and all that, you need to type in specific coordinates.
That's not Anima.
It is.
Oh, no, that's to get back to the place where
to that
Tia was.
place to get Anima.
But then on top of that, you can type in coordinates for Auron's second best weapon, Murasame.
Oh, yeah.
You can type in coordinates for Riku's best weapon, God Hand, and possibly her best armor, Victorious.
Yeah, probably.
No. I think you make Victorious, but you do get something with... Is it Gillionaire? The ability. You get a lot of money. There's something else you can get for Riku. But,
So, let's go over... we've done roughly the story. I would much rather people play it themselves and listen to our really basic talk of it.
Yeah.
But, so, now...
It's a real special game.
Even though we have said spoilers, we'll probably dive a bit more into the next part of my question, which is, what are your favourite points of 10?
What moments in the story?
When you're playing the game, from start to finish,
what am I loving
what
about?
are you looking forward to? Like when you get to it?
Oh.
Because for me, it's a lot. But
There is a lot, but
I'm going to try and like...
It's a good question.
I tell you what, first thing you're not looking forward to, because I can tell you mine.
Okay, give me a minute to think about this. You can tell me yours and I'll...
Mihen High Road.
Really?
I fucking hate them.
So just after Luca?
Yeah, it's more because every 2 steps.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like, come on.
I mean, once you've beat it once, it's okay. She can get that glider, can't you, to take you over?
Yeah, that's
Or is that
true.
10-2?
No, it's 10-2. But
Is it?
yeah, it is. I think you use a chocobo in 10.
You can just use a chocobo, yeah, but you have to get to the part where you beat the chocobo, eat it first.
I just can't. That fucking part.
I'm actually fine with that
It's
part.
once you get to the chocobo area, I don't mind it. It's the first part, it just feels long.
I think the first part I'm not looking forward to is the Thunder Plains, to be honest.
Hold on, let me recap. So you go through Mihen, Mushroom Rock, you do the whole Sin Crusader
The
thing.
Sin Spawn, you beat
You go up to Jose.
Yep. Do that temple, then you go along the moon flow. And
Actually,
then,
the road to the moon flow, I'm not a fan of either.
I don't mind that. Then you ride their shoe path. You go underwater and
Super.
fight that boss that takes you underwater.
That boss used to give
Which
me
you
trouble when
find
I was
out
younger.
Is Riku.
Guarda Salam, I'm not. I don't know.
Guarda
Man.
Salam's quite
It feels
easy.
long because
Of all the cutscenes we've
the
seen.
cutscenes with Seymour. And he's like coming to my mansion for some reason. Watch this like screen of old Xanakand.
Oh look, we're flying! Yay!
Yay! Marry me, what?
Nothing.
Why are you down on one knee with that ring? It's not the custom.
Golf injury.
Yeah, and then the Thunder Plains is definitely a power, and I just look down and I wonder.
Yeah, because even when you're going through it for the first time, it's not that bad. But the entire time, in the back of your mind, you're thinking about the Venus sigil and your 200 dodges.
The 200 dodges, yeah.
And that just
There's also Macalania, I'd say, is probably the I'm not looking forward to either.
First half, yes, don't mind it. Second half, don't like it.
What
So-
second half? I'm on about
So
the
after
woods.
the agency,
I'm on about the woods.
I'm on about the snow part after. I don't like that bit.
Why?
I just don't like it.
But you glide at most of it.
All the way up to the agency, I like. And then you fight bosses, and I don't like it anymore.
That's weird.
I don't. Actually, okay. To add to your question,
Go on then.
the first boss you're not looking forward to, and I know the answer to mine.
Really?
Hmm.
First boss. Oh god, I'm gonna have to go through them.
Do you want to
So
tell you
they're
mine?
all pretty easy, aren't they? Really?
Apart from the first one that's not, in my opinion.
What, the Chocobo eater?
No.
I mean, I know because he knocks me off most of the time. Like sometimes it's hit and miss.
He never knocks me off anymore. He did when
No,
I was younger.
when
but-
I was younger, but now that we come back, I remember you sent me a picture when you got him down to 1 HP.
Yeah, I was like, why 1 HP? Like, why couldn't it just RNG and do that extra damage of like 1 HP of damage?
But okay, go on then.
Mine's the Spheromorph. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, from
In
the woods.
Macalania Woods.
The woods.
It's not so hard when you level up properly and know what you're doing. But that boss, when I was a kid, damn it, like that move where he goes and attacks all your characters by slamming on them.
the rectangle. No, it's a cuboid. Is that
Yeah,
what the
yeah,
rectangle
cuboid.
3D is?
Cuboid, yeah.
Yeah, he turns into a cuboid and just slams you all.
And it does a lot of damage.
Those things are worse in 10-2, by the way.
Are they?
Way worse.
Because you've got to attack with the right element or it messes you
Yeah.
up.
Once
So-
you learn the mechanic of the fight, I don't know.
it's quite easy once you learn it, I think.
I'm not too bothered. It's the tag for me. Because
Yeah.
I just remember it from my childhood.
Yeah.
I just remember.
Even though it's super easy now that we know what we're doing.
Oh yeah, but
so easy.
But I just remember.
I think Wendigo's harder.
He can be
Oh,
harder.
you've got Evray as well. He's quite a difficult boss. If
Oh,
you haven't leveled enough.
Evra. Oh my god, I forgot about him. Do you remember? Wow, a friend who got stuck on Evra because he chose the
expert
the expert sphere grid at the start of the game.
First time through.
Oh my god! And then he got stuck on the
Wendigo.
robot. No, he got stuck on the robot in the Calmlands. You know, when you finish the Calmlands and then you fight the robot near where Yojimbo's cave is.
No.
You don't remember that part?
What robot?
You like, you do the whole of the Calmlands, so you run through it, and you go up, and then there's that part where you can either go across the bridge to get Gazette, or you go down to Yojimbo.
Yeah.
There,
There's also a sigil down there.
one of the Guado, I think, or one of the Yevon people catch up with you, like, you're not getting away, and then the robot thing runs up the hill. It's one of those things with like the luggy arms.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm on about.
You fight more of them in
He got
Xanakand.
stuck on that one, and I actually tried it myself, and I couldn't do it. But then I looked, and he'd like so underleveled for where he was meant to be. I couldn't believe it.
Definitely.
Oh my god.
So yeah, your worst boss.
My worst.
First one that you're not looking forward to. So it's the tank.
No. The first part I'm actually not looking forward to is I would actually say Evray.
Really?
I would say Evray, just because the mechanic of moving the ship away and then moving it back.
Yeah, that is annoying actually. Yeah.
That is probably the first boss where I'm like, oh, okay, let's get this over with. But I also get through it because I remember all the awesome cutscenes after it,
Yeah.
and that's what I love about 10.
Oh,
I
that's
love-
when you go into Pavel, isn't it? You find
Yeah.
the Frey for the first time, and,
And
you
then
get that cutscene where you're grinding down the.
He grinds down the whole thing, does like a flip over one of
Yeah.
them. Any point could just like clonk his balls on the road, and just like when he falls, like it just like leaves.
I can guard you no more.
Go on without me. And yeah, so there's that. So yeah, okay. Then what's your favorite points about
What parts of the game generally I'm looking forward to getting to?
the most? So obviously we enjoy a lot of it,
Yeah, yeah.
but what specifically? Like maybe a
Ooh.
cutscene or
I really like when you get to Luca.
yeah. Oh, the cutscene when you first get there and like.
Well, there's that. It's like, what is it he says again? He gets up on the thing with the
Oh
megaphone.
my god!
Hey, Luca goers!
Suddenly, like everyone's complaints about the voice acting doesn't seem that bad now, does it? When you think about that,
Not with that part.
Luca
'cause
was not
the
the
laugh
best part.
the laugh there was quite awkward.
We'll be the one laughing.
So, oh no.
Then Walker's like, "What are you doing?"
Get down from there, mate.
Jesus. And so, okay then. So,
But
Luca.
I love getting to Luca because, I mean, it's the start of getting to play Blitzball, which is nice and fresh. Not anymore, but first time through, it was enjoyable trying to play.
I can
And,
win that match every time now.
Yeah, it's so easy when you know Blitzball.
Yeah, but make sure you got Jack Shot.
Yeah, if you mess up Jack Shot on that ship, delete your save.
Delete your save. Oh my god.
You don't deserve
You don't deserve the save. Also, if you don't have the Valor 4 second limit,
Oh man.
delete your save.
Yeah, so you've got Energy Ray is Valor 4's overdrive.
Yeah.
But in
Energy Blast, isn't it? The second one.
the second one, yeah. So there is something you can do with a dog. It's a beautiful time for everyone involved.
Oh, please stop.
It's quite slobbery. What it gives to you.
It gives you a ball.
It gives you, I don't even know what it gives you. He's like, there's something in the
It's a
dog's
sphere.
mouth. It's slobbery.
It's a sphere that basically
is it
gives
a
Valor
sphere?
Valor 4 a new limit.
Did you say Valor form?
Like Valor 4. Even when we're not talking about Kingdom Hearts creeps into our other podcast.
Yeah, pretty much.
But to be fair, if you missed that, it's not your fault. I never knew about that.
It's not your fault,
It's
man.
not your fault. But
Don't do this to me, man.
it's
Not
I
your
didn't know
fault.
about it until I got the guide and then reread from the beginning.
And neither did I. He got the guide, and then I used the guide as well, and I was like, you can't see my face, but there was a lot of shock.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna say there's a lot of shock on his face. Is it more powerful? Or is it just like
Oh, no, yeah.
stylish?
No, it's far more powerful.
Oh, okay. So
And it was a lot more stylish, flicking his hair back and forth to make that beam.
I flick my hair back and forth.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'd actually say the first part I look forward to is getting to Poseid, because I know this is where the game's going to pick up now.
Yeah, actually, you get to Poseid, you meet the cast. The music is great.
Cast.
Okay, the party.
I hired them to be my guard.
Well, she does. She's like, you guys are my family, so you've got to be there for me. And Titus, if you join, I might make out with you at some point. And he's like, oh, fucking deal.
Waka, you're in charge of the laughing track.
She's like, Lulu, you can come because you're badass. Waka, you can come because you treat me like a
Do you
sister.
remember the demo disc?
Kamari, I had that demo disc.
When you first
PlayStation 2 magazine. It had a green banner on top and a close-up on Yuna's face with her two different coloured eyes.
Didn't it?
And it came with a demo disc. With FF10, you could play Zanarkand and Poseid.
And wasn't the Poseid part though just fighting Kamara? Or was it more than
No,
that?
you fight Kamari and then you run up to the ship. And then when you get on the ship to leave Poseid, that's where it ends.
That's the demo. That is such bollocks.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So basically, you fight Kamari, just run that path to the beach.
Do you
and then
not get
on the
any
ship.
like random battles?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, you do.
But that's the tutorial part. Every
Yeah.
battle you get, Waka's like, leave this one to me.
Oh yeah, and then hits the
I
fly.
don't know what accent is
You
coming
keep
out.
changing his accent.
I know. Like I'm saying, I don't know what's coming out of my mouth right now.
Yeah, I feel bad for Waka though, because he seems like a genuine guy, and then when Lulu gets a hold of him,
Ooh,
whips and chains.
yeah.
Whips.
She's not pleased with his whole Titus come to Poseid.
Enough Waka.
Enough, Waka. Chapu is dead.
What is Lulu now that?
Okay.
I can't believe what you just said.
Chapu is dead.
Oh my god. Okay, so any more good points?
Buy the toys, buy the toys, buy the toys.
Ladies and gentlemen, I feel like it's been a long day already, and it's only what, 20 past 1?
10 past.
10 past 1. Okay, one of my favourite points of the game is actually the kiss scene.
Horny bastard.
No, I'll tell you, he's a horny bastard, and if he ever comes on this podcast, I'm calling him out.
Yeah, just you know what? Don't even say. Try to remember that we've had this conversation. He'll be on within a couple of weeks, I feel.
He might be on eventually, yeah.
So we'll just call him out.
I'll call him out while he's on here. Yeah. The first time I ever brought it up to him, actually, he didn't remember.
Didn't he?
No, I
remember. He was like, "Can you get to... Wait. Are you sure it was him?"
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was Ash.
No, it wasn't Ash. Ash got that far.
Did he?
Oh, yeah. I just told you that
He
he got
stuck
to
on
the
everything.
boss after the Calmlands. The Calmlands you go to after the kissing scene.
Yeah, because the kissing scene's after you beat Seymour for the first time. Fall down underneath. And then you make your way back. Ugh.
Oh, there's a part that we actually forgot about. Like, part that makes us
I did forget about it, but the music is good enough to make it okay.
Oh, yeah. The music is good.
The music is amazing.
What's one of our favourite side characters, would you say?
Side characters?
Like they appear, but they're not really that important.
Not Matron.
Oh, Matron.
Listening to his stories.
He never gets loved, man.
I know.
That man needs to get laid.
Oh,
Oh my god.
oh, Harry.
Oh, Harry. I love the way you said that and you put the mic away because you knew that you just said something that has nothing to do with what we're trying to talk about.
I know.
What? Right. Side character. Clasco?
Yeah, I was about to say, I love Clasco.
Did 2 girls as well.
Lucille and...
Oh,
Is it Lucille? Because now that just sounds like Walking Dead, and I can't get that out of my head.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
I am
Or is it
needing-
Lucia?
See, I said Lucille earlier in this podcast, but now I'm not sure.
She's got red hair.
Yeah, she has got red hair and a purple bandana.
And I fully believe that the 2 girls, you know, the other one I'm on about,
Yeah.
I believe that they're together, but they just didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
Because back then it was like a big deal not to say stuff like that.
Lucille.
It was Lucille.
But
who's the other one?
Lucille. Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah, it's definitely Lucille.
So, if I check... I mean, we know who you're talking about. But I'm just going to click Chocobo Knights, so it tells me who we're about.
Yeah.
Crusader Soldier. Apparently only a select few become knights.
Oh, really?
Which is quite odd, considering Clasco is one. Yeah,
There
he's
was
not
also
at all
that part,
talented.
there was also that part on the beach where they all rushed
Oh, yeah.
the Sin Spawn.
Oh, yeah.
So
So, you've got Captain Lucille, Elma is the girl,
that's the one.
and Clasco.
I fully believe Lucille and Elma are in a relationship.
Yeah, it does
They
seem
always
that
look
way.
way too close.
Mm.
And Clasco's always being left behind as well.
Yeah, but that is kind of because he's not very good.
No, but he also didn't have a chocobo.
Even though he's probably the most...
Caring.
Yeah.
Especially if you do his side quest and tend to...
Yeah, he just wants to be loved.
He wants love from
I
a
just
bird.
want some friends.
He wants to be loved by a bird.
Yep.
What's your opinion of the monster arena?
Good idea. Implemented badly.
Capture 10 of each monster.
They could have had it just capture each monster. That would have been bad enough. But 10.
10 of each, yeah.
It's just too much.
Hoping that the RNG gives you the one you need so you can leave.
I can see why they did it. Capture 5 of everything, get a super boss. Capture 10 of everything, get a bigger super boss.
Yeah.
So, like, that was a good idea, I guess. But, no, I just think 10 was too many. Personally. But it was a good way for grinding at the end. So, like, once you've captured everything, whatever you need, you can just fight it in the arena to make it quicker. You don't have to hope it comes up in battle. So that was good. That was a good point.
Yeah.
It's a great thing for completionists, but other people, doesn't really matter. They'll never go to it.
I feel like I'd hate Gagazet if I didn't like the song.
Yeah, me too. See, the weird thing with me is I hate any part in any game that is snow or desert.
Or desert, yeah, you do have that thing.
I don't know why.
Which is weird because you love Uncharted 2 but don't like Uncharted 3.
I prefer snow to desert.
Oh, okay.
Desert is my ultimate worst thing.
So shouldn't Uncharted 1 be better than 2?
Yeah, but it just wasn't as fluid. That was the only problem with 1.
That is true.
And then on top of that, Horizon Zero Dawn,
Has
by far my favourite game of...
2018, even though it came out in 2017.
It would have been my favourite game of 2017 if I'd have played it when it
Yeah.
came out. I just didn't get round to it until recently, and... Okay, let me say this. It is it's in my top 5 PS4 games of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely in my top 5.
You would not believe some of the games I've got in my top 5. Like, we're talking exclusive to PlayStation.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you can't get it on anything
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
Well, I'm telling you right now, Horizon and Bloodborne would be in my top 5.
Yeah, I was going to say that Bloodborne probably
Bloodborne was such a great experience. Got me into the Souls series. And since then, I've beat Dark Souls 3 and Dark Souls 1.
I've
Remastered.
played Bloodborne for about 2 hours. Didn't really get into it, personally.
I don't think it's your type of game.
No,
really
pretty
don't.
much.
I wasn't in it for the story, because it really isn't unless you search for it. I was more making my own story.
For me, if a game doesn't have a good story that is in the game, biggest problem for me with Destiny.
Yeah.
But I just can't get into it. I just don't enjoy it.
The
There's
game-
only so far good music can take you.
It was good music though, but the boss fights as well. I'm not doing a Bloodborne review here. We're doing 10 to 10, but Bloodborne not only had great music, but the boss fights and even just the normal enemy fights were challenging, but you felt rewarded when you did it.
Yeah, there is that, but I'm not very good at them. Like, my kind of gameplay, I like when I can choose how I want to play. And with Bloodborne, I feel like you have to play in a more reserved way.
No, you don't. Not in Bloodborne. In Dark Souls, you do.
I was playing Bloodborne, and if I tried to run in and just slash everything, I'd just get overwhelmed and killed.
Oh yeah, you have to be a little reserved, but
That's what I
that's with
mean.
any game. Like even if you played, like,
I'm a very rush-in hack and slash kind of person.
well, when you played, what is it called? Infinite Undiscovery on the highest difficulty, you didn't rush in and kill everything.
That was only for the first couple of areas, and then you were all right.
Yeah, I know, but you learn as you go. But we're sidetracking.
But
so
I think
far,
that
but
is also why I haven't finished God of War, because I went straight to the highest difficulty, first ever experience with any God of War game, and I've progressed so slowly and had to take it back and not rush in that I've just stopped playing it because I wasn't enjoying it so much.
Yeah.
So I will get back on that. I'll lower
So
the difficulty.
the point of this was you're just not a fan of snow and desert.
Yeah.
But Horizon Zero
But for some
Dawn-
reason, Horizon, even though, yeah, okay, there is greenery and it is beautiful to look at, a big portion of the game is snow-based.
Can I just say right now that Guerrilla made that game and they did
Killzone Shadowfall.
and I never cared about a Killzone game, and Horizon is something that I feel like if they ever released a sequel, I'd be slapping my hand on a pre-order of day one.
Oh, yeah.
So I couldn't believe how good that game was.
The thing is, I've played a bit of Shadowfall. I enjoyed what I played. I
played a bit of it too. It was a release title before
Yeah.
PS4.
Well, it came with pretty much all launch day
Yeah.
PS4s.
yeah.
So everyone had that game. But no, I enjoyed what I played. The levels were a bit too long. I didn't want to dedicate myself for long enough to like do a level at a time.
And the problem was it felt like you needed to play the other Killzones.
There was
for
that,
me.
and then my issue with the previous Killzones was the control scheme was terrible.
Yeah. And they
Uh,
tried to implement the touchpad too much.
There's
For me.
that too, yeah.
Okay, back to 10.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with going off topic a little bit.
Yeah, I know, but
Don't want to stay too robotic and to the point, you know.
well, the point of it is that even though you don't like snow and desert, you do like 10.
I like
a
gags
lot.
that, but that is the reason why Beacon is my worst part of the game.
Yeah, because
Just because it's desert, I can't.
Does he even play a song?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember it.
Okay. Right here, I'm gonna put a 10 to 20 second sample of the Beacon Desert music.
Right.
Okay, it's gonna play right now.
Yay, there it is.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Didn't you all enjoy that?
No one enjoyed that.
I can't remember it. I really don't. It's not coming to me, but I don't mind it purely because you're reuniting and then you go to home. I only don't mind it because you go to home.
I don't like home either, so it doesn't improve for me.
Oh, well, you don't like the whole avoy that
Whatever the hell it's
avoy
saying.
that.
Yeah, repeatedly.
Yeah,
The
constant.
entire time you're there.
I like home just for the payoff
At the end,
of
yeah.
learning what
Yeah.
Uni's
gonna die, you know?
What the hell? That was so good. Yeah, you learn that the summoners just die if they use the final Aeon.
And then Tidus is like, we gotta make out real soon.
No, No, he says we've got to fuck Russ.
No, you're
Okay.
wrong.
No.
No, Luca.
No, Luca, no.
You're a bad cat.
Oh, for God's sake. We love 10 so much that we go off topic and don't talk about it.
The first rule of 10. Don't talk about
You don't
10.
talk about 10. I'm not a fan of Inside of Sin. Without a guide.
What about the music, though?
I don't remember it.
Those Who Come Closer. Like your favourite FF10 track.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wait, what one's that one? My favourite one's Run.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
Run happens when you're leaving Macalania and you've killed Seymour. Spoilers. But he's not actually dead.
Those were the days.
Those were the days.
Yeah. As you don't remember, I'm going to play this for everyone now. This is the song that plays when you're inside Sin.
It's a good song.
10 out of 10.
Back in the room.
So yeah, okay. That's Those Who Come Closer.
Yeah, I was wrong. It's not Run, it's Those Who Come Closer.
Yeah.
Which is a weird.
So yeah, I always presumed you'd really like the Inside of Sin. But I know what you mean.
No, I like it. I like
Because
the
there's no
song.
map. No map. No fucking anything. You can't even see the floor properly.
But saying I like the song, it doesn't automatically mean I like the area.
I know, it just helps.
It helps, but Agrabah.
I hate the music in Agrabah.
What? So do I.
Yeah.
Under the Sea.
I'm trying to think, there is somewhere where I really like the music in KH.
Halloween Town.
Yeah, I do actually like the music there, and it gets me through because I don't like the
Yeah,
world.
I'm not a fan of the world.
No, but there's one I really like the music. What is it?
What does this
Traverstown.
mic smell of ice cream?
Ice cream. I don't know.
That is weird, man.
You tell me.
I wouldn't know. This mic stays at your house.
Well, I haven't had any ice cream.
Yeah, whatever.
No, that's where I keep my crusty socks.
Oh. The musk.
So musky. Smells like a man.
Okay, so any other favourite points? I mentioned the kiss, like, and we brushed over that.
Yeah.
And it's actually a really important part.
It is, and to be honest, I don't think that kiss scene was overdone. Like, a lot of people think it was a bit too much and in your face, but
What's the problem with that?
no, it was the fact of it happening when Tidus knows what's going to happen to her, and she knows, and she's breaking down about it.
Oh, it's to calm her down, isn't it? It's to keep her going.
Come on, here you go. You're okay. Don't you worry about a thing.
Don't worry, I'm just going to drown you. I'm a pro baseball player. I can hold my breath.
I know he grabs her, starts kissing her, and just drops in with her.
Yeah.
Distract her and kill.
But that part would not be nearly as good without Suteki Dene
I know.
underneath it.
I know, it's great.
It's the Japanese one, isn't it?
Yeah.
When even in the English.
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
But
Which I'm pretty sure they translate it to. Isn't it wonderful?
living in the real world. Yes, I turned that into a Paramore song, but it's not the way it should have gone.
I don't have to reply.
Ain't it fun?
Ain't it fun?
Yeah, there it is. The Calmlands. Fuck that place. It's too big.
Love the Calmlands.
What do you mean?
Hate the Chocobo Catcher Race.
You love running through the Calmlands without a chocobo.
No, I like it with a Chocobo.
Yeah, but when you go there for the first time, you don't have a chocobo.
Only for half of it.
But what? That's not the point I'm trying to make.
Well, okay, I don't think the Calmlands is that bad. What I hate is the Chocobo Catcher Race in under 0 seconds.
Yeah.
Though, fun fact, did it first try on PS4.
Fuck you.
First fucking try. Never been prouder of myself in my entire life. Honestly, that should be on my freaking resume. Did the Chocobo Catch Race in under 0 seconds in one try. I could get any job in the world. I could work for NASA.
When can you start?
By God.
By God. Oh dear.
But no, okay, so FF10, right?
An interesting part actually about 10 is that Seymour nearly causes genocide. Because when you get to Gagazet,
Yeah.
Kamari obviously outcast, but they accept him and Yuna to walk the path. And
Because
then
you beat Biran and Yenke.
Yeah. Wow, that was more for Kamari.
Yeah.
But because Yuna was a summoner.
Kamari's horn.
Because Yuna was a summoner, I'm fairly certain the high priest or whatever was like, I don't care, you can walk the path.
Kamari says, go away. Been waiting. Carry on.
You used to use the Kamari voice for so many different things. You used to make me laugh so much.
It was a easier time, brighter days.
An awful lot of ships was sailing when you used that voice.
Yes.
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 And then eventually you find out that basically Seymour wiped out most.
Pretty much, yeah. Most of the.
Did he wipe out
Ronso.
Biran and Yenke? Because you never see them again after that, do they? Do you?
They did get killed, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that gets confirmed in 10-2.
Well, yeah, you never see them again.
No, I think they actually say it.
Oh, do they?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and then
But,
Kamari goes on to be the
elder.
elder.
The elder of the Ronso.
Even though he's quite young. For
He's
being
young,
an elder.
but everybody knows that he was outcast. Why was he outcast? Was it for being weak? Because he got his horn broke.
I believe that Biran and Yenke provoked him into a fight that he couldn't win, and they just beat him. And then
broke
ripped off his horn.
Which is like a Ronso's pride.
And
the
then
size of your
Braska
horn.
came across him.
It's like everyone comparing dicks.
Sure.
It pretty much is.
Sure.
It's like mine's bigger than yours, I'm better than you. Fuck
I
yeah.
am trying to move on from this comparing of the dicks. So
whip it out.
I
whip my
and then I
horn back and
believe Braska comes across him, don't he? And then like basically welcomes him. As far as I'm aware.
What?
And then he's like,
Kimari.
yeah. And he's like, yo, protect my daughter, bro.
Oh yeah.
Can you do that while I go down?
Yeah, no, that actually gets spoke about. He's like, my daughter's Yuna, take her to Pavel.
Yeah.
And that's where she learns to become a summoner.
Oh yeah, it gets spoken about in 10 too, don't it?
Isn't it 10? Just 10.
Oh, that's good.
I'm sure it's just 10 because I can't remember how she ends up in Besaid. Oh no, Kimari takes her there.
Yeah,
I'm sure he does. He takes her to Pavel.
No, she lives in Bavel. She lives in Bavel, and then he says to Kamari, go get my daughter and take her to the side.
Oh, okay.
And then thus begins the pilgrimage. It's actually a lot easier
It's
as
been
well,
a while.
to be fair, for the game being so linear as well, for you to, if you're a summoner in that world, to start at the side and then go from there. Like if you're starting a pilgrimage, it is much easier than like say you start at.
Well, it's pretty much a straight line
You start
from one
at
side to the other.
Bavel, go all the way back through all the different fucking things to Besaid. Then you have to travel from Besaid all the way back to fucking Gagazet and then Xanagan. It's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, because it's like Donna.
Oh my god, Donna, yeah.
Yeah, Donna.
May I shake
what's his
your
name?
hand?
Bartella.
Why did my Bartella voice turn to a Yoda voice?
May I shake your hand?
Funny joke.
Fucking stop it. We love Game Grumps, alright? It's out there, fine.
Yeah, sorry for all the quotes. It's just one of them days.
Yeah, but Bartello's like runs up to Orange like,
May I shake your hand?
I'm never gonna wash this hand again. I'll be right back. I need to go get some tissues.
and then in 10-2 isn't it confirmed they kind of got into a relationship for a bit.
Who?
Donna and
Bartella,
yeah. And then they break up
Yeah,
because they
pretty
both
much.
have different ideals.
Yeah,
New Yevon and
Youth League.
Youth League.
But yeah, Donna is one of the other summoners that you meet along the way.
There's only 3?
Yeah, there's one other, that kid. Well, he's kind of a kid.
It's not the kid. It's the oldest brother of the two. Because it's 3 triplets.
Yeah, I know, but is it the
Triplets?
oldest?
Not triplets. What am I
No,
about? 3
brothers.
3 fucking brothers, and it's the older one who is, or is it the middle one? And the older one is
A guardian.
the guardian, and then the younger one is a guardian as well. And then he goes on to form the kindergartens. Oh my god.
We're the Gullwings.
We're the Gullwings. And then I can't remember his name, and I don't really care to know it, to be honest. I
My
just know
point.
you fight him in via Perifico, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. No, I can't remember his name. But my point was that Donna, being one of the ones not from Besaid, so she would be from Keelika and then have to travel back to Besaid by
Go to
boat.
Besaid, yeah.
By boat. It's no easy feat. And then travel back.
Especially considering in the story, Sin just attacked the boat you were on.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
And then
travelling by water is dodgy.
Practically blew up Kilika.
No, he didn't attack you on the way to Keelika.
He did.
He attacked you on the way to Luca.
No, he takes you on the way to Kilika. Because he wipes out Kilika.
Yeah, that happens after you leave, I don't know. No, you're right. It's
On the
just
way
before
there.
you get there.
And then Yuna performs the
sending.
the sending, which is what a summoner can do to send souls to the great beyond, so they don't
The
become
far
a fiend.
plane. Yeah.
And then that's it, really. Any more good points?
Yeah, well, there's a lot.
There's so many.
I mean, the battle system is near perfect for a turn-based RPG, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's fair.
As I said, my one thing that I think could be improved is the ability system. And I think the perfect ability system in all the Final Fantasies is Final Fantasy IX.
Oh, you mean when you
Equip the
armor?
weapon and you learn
Yeah.
that ability from battling, and then you can unequip it and keep
By
it.
abilities, you mean like oh god,
Well, everything.
fiend killer, which is like you do more damage to fiends and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Or like Gillionaire or break damage
Gillionaire,
limit, all
yeah.
that stuff on 10. I can understand break damage and break HP being non-learnable abilities if they were to do that system.
Mm.
Like having that on one slot of your weapon and armor. And having things like attack plus 10% and stuff, I'd understand.
yeah,
But actual things like Sensor Strike, no, it's not Sensor Strike, just Sensor, or like Ice Strike. They should have them in like abilities
yeah, I know what you mean.
and have a menu. But alas, that did not happen. And I guess that made another reason to grind at the end to build the best equipment for each character. But I think 9 did that the best, which is another reason why that is my very close second. The
Oh.
ability system was perfect.
Are we in agreement that 8's battle system is just not for us?
Yeah.
It's just not.
No, we're not. The battle system's great in 8.
Sorry,
The junction
system. That's what I meant.
I don't even think there's anything wrong with the junction system. I think it's literally just the leveling up system, which is my problem.
Okay, now I'm changing my answer to the leveling up system.
Because
I guess you can put all three together. Though.
yeah, you could. I mean, leveling gets you stronger magic from draw points, like from enemies anyway. The enemies level up with you, so the higher level you are, the higher level the enemy is.
The problem with the junctioning system,
It pretty much punishes you for
if you
using
get card
spells.
refine, like the ability.
Card refine makes the game a lot easier.
Yeah, I watched a let's play and he used card refine to get like high magics really early on. From
Yeah,
cards.
and it breaks the game.
Just breaks it.
You can just run through
Which
everything.
is kind of what's saying really, because 8's story when I watched it was actually really good.
8 story's great. I've never
Yeah.
beat it.
No, you got to
Disc 4.
Disc 4.
I've got to
didn't
Disc 4 2 or 3 times and I just get bored every time.
you? Yeah.
I've never even got to the castle.
Can't say I blame you.
I put Disc 4 in. I'm like, right, that's it. This is where my story ends.
Yeah. I'd always play 9 over 8 and over 7 as well.
Oh, yeah. But for me, I love 7. I don't know if that's because I played it really early. 9 was my first ever Final Fantasy that I played personally. The first one I ever saw was 8.
Yeah.
Which was playing it with my uncle when I was very young. But 9 being my first FF, I think it's why it's so special to me. 10 was the first game ever that I knew about before it came out and was hyped to get.
Yeah.
I didn't even have a PS2, and I bought the PlayStation 2 magazine with the demo disc to take it to a friend's house just so I could see what 10 was like. That's how hyped I was for this game.
Fair enough.
And yeah, I mean 9, it was already out, but I found that in a magazine. I didn't have internet when I was a child, so
Yeah.
it was hard for me to find things out. But I used to buy magazines, and I found a little tiny one-page feature of Final Fantasy 9. No idea what it was. I'd never heard of it before.
Our cousin Adam gave me so many like old PlayStation magazines.
Oh, really?
I have so many about FF9.
All right.
At least 3.
It'd be interesting to see if any of them are one of the ones that I actually bought the game because of.
Yeah.
That would be pretty awesome to find that article again.
He's also who gave me Pokemon Blue.
No? I
That's
don't
how-
know. I bought mine off a very old friend for £7.
£7.
Yeah.
I once sold a Yu-Gi-Oh card for £7
Wow.
in fucking middle school. Do you know how amazing that was?
Oh, I got £7, mate.
What was his name? I think it was Brandon. Hatterone, and I had this Red Eyes card. It was like the advanced version of Red Eyes Black Dragon.
Right.
And no one else had ever seen this card, and he runs up to me and goes, "Look, I'll give you £7. plus
Just give me the damn card.
plus these sweets I have in my back pocket." And I was like, "Fucking £7, give it here." I was like,
Hey kid,
I
got
just
some
went,
drugs?
I just went and bought Softmans and played local Star Wars all day. I do regret selling that card now. Obviously,
What card? Oh, the Red Eyes.
Yeah, the collector in me was upset with
yeah.
my younger self.
Well, it's same with me with a lot of things, to be honest, collectors wise.
Mm.
But yeah, I think that about wraps up FF10 as a game.
Let's just quickly go over the score we would give it if we reviewed it.
Now, as somebody who likes to write reviews, so let me just give myself a quick shameless plug here. If you go over to Tumblr, I am Scott at PhoenixOpinion, or PhoenixOpinion Scott.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably will write a proper review about this one day. So this hasn't really been a review, more of an overview.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with giving it a score, but I'll give more reasons on my actual score in a proper.
Well, I'm just asking, what would you give it?
No, I know. I wanted to plug myself. So I would give 10. Ooh. A 9 out of 10.
I was actually going to agree with you. Yeah, 9 out of 10.
I mean, it's really difficult for me to give a game a 10 because I feel like it has to be flawless to receive that title.
Like, you literally, there's never a part where you've gone, oh.
Yeah, has to be a game where you are fucking excited.
I know
every minute.
We talked about Horizon. There were parts in Horizon where I did feel, for a minute.
Most of it I was pretty happy with. I gave that a 9.5.
Yeah, we talked about it before we came on, didn't we?
I gave that a 9.5, and that 0.5 was purely gameplay design perspective,
Yeah.
which it just didn't push you enough to upgrade your equipment.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it did. It made you annoyed that you kept running out of space, but it never really said, go hunt some animals.
I know you said you'd give your reason for it being 9 out of 10. Would I say that one of the reasons it's not a 10 was because of the whole ability thing that we've mentioned?
That is one of them. There's also the insane leveling grind at the end.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah.
Is a problem. And another one is just the fact that there are parts I don't look forward to in the game overall when I'm playing. I mean, the gameplay is great, the story's great, but there are areas that I just do not want to do.
Listen to my story.
This may be our last chance.
I actually kind of loved that that's the beginning and you don't get there really until around about the end of the game.
I love how it doesn't really... It feels like that's just like a side note and that doesn't happen in the game, but when you get back there, it really feels like you've come full circle.
Yeah, definitely.
And everything that's happened up to that point.
It also feels like, oh, we're playing the future now.
Yeah. It doesn't really ever hint that that's the end.
Yeah.
It'd be obvious if you really thought about it, to be honest. I think we just didn't really place it. But, like, you see him walk around all the other Guardians and touch Una on the shoulder, and it's like, obviously, it's at that point. And then it goes back and you're meeting them all. It's like, oh, okay, I guess that's obvious.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I did love how that felt, coming full circle. So, how about you, Ryan? What would you give?
I already said it was a 9 out of 10.
Oh, you did agree. Okay, what are your reasons?
I agree with you. The ability thing was like annoying because going into the menu, making sure you got the right weapon. I said I don't like running through the calm lands. There was like an ability you could get where it was like no encounters. Yeah,
but that was actually one that you could never give to a weapon. You actually had to get that as a drop.
Yeah, which I did have when I got there.
Yeah, you usually end up with 1 or 2 items.
Yeah, so I agree. You should be able to learn these abilities, and then on top of that, as you said, parts that I wasn't particularly happy about seeing. Inside Sin, the song, as we mentioned, was great, but the obstacles you have to go through, if you don't have a guide, and then you fight Seymour as well.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't.
Oh, and the Seymour in Sin is insane.
We didn't even mention the, don't really have to, but the fight with Sin as well, when you're on the airship. You're blowing off each limb.
Oh, yeah, so that you can go inside to fight you, Yevon.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah, it was great.
Loved the cutscenes in that part. But yeah, I'd just give it a 9 out of 10. It's great Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it really is. And I think, well, you can see what every story of Final Fantasy is like. Like they always have that romance side with an overarch of world destruction.
Except other than 6 where they lose.
Yeah. And then there's oh man, is it 2 or is it 5? One of them where the characters sometimes commit suicide, and
I thought it was 4. 4
what,
like
with
something,
Lunith.
like 4 like don't the twins turn themselves to stone as well to like stop?
Oh,
the
Palam
war?
and Polam. Yeah, they do, but they spoilers come back.
Well, no, I'm sad.
But no, one of them. There's characters like jump off cliffs to commit suicide, and
I thought that was 6.
no,
I thought that was what's her face?
Terror.
Yeah.
No,
Jumps off a cliff.
that's
and kills
actually not
herself.
6. I think it's either 2 or 5. I mean, it could be 4 because I've never. Oh no, Lunith is 3. What am I about?
Oh, we're just losing track.
Yeah, I'm not as versed in the original ones. I know 6, and that's about it.
I used to have 6.
I've got it on PSN,
Yeah.
so, but I have slowly played it. I'm fighting Sabin at the moment. Sabine.
Absolutely no idea what that is.
It's cool.
Oh, good for him.
I think he's fighting Edgar. So.
Yeah. 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
And arguably my second favourite Final Fantasy.
That's where our opinions are flipped. I'd say 10's my favourite, 9 is my close second. And
See, it's weird though because I could easily play 10 again, but when I think about 9, I'm like, Kuja's Castle instantly comes to mind.
oh. Well, there's Kuja's Castle, there's Ibsen's Castle,
There's Garganroo,
Fossil Room,
Fossil Roo. There's a lot of things in 9 I really
Memoria.
Ifa Tree.
I don't even like Memoria, the life tree, yeah.
I've always called it the Ifa Tree. Is that right?
No.
Oh, well.
I thought it was right until I read the guide, which calls it life tree.
I'm just going to call it Ifa for now. Fuck your opinions. Okay, yeah, so, yeah, it's my second favourite. No, fuck it. It's my first favourite Final Fantasy.
10.
Yeah, because talking about 9.
You've
9 is
pretty
definitely
much.
close second. Yeah.
Yeah, 9 was my favourite for a long time until I played 10 again. I was like, do you know what? 10 is really good.
Yeah,
And I changed my mind.
I agree. If I had to say the gameplay perspective was better, I'd say 9. If you're going to ask me for, like, the environments and, like, the linearness of the games, like, I'd probably say 10. I know
Yeah.
9 isn't that linear, but...
It is and isn't.
Yeah.
I like the way they used 9. They gave you, like, little side things to go off
Yeah,
and do.
the Chocobo Forest. And
So it was
that.
like, it was linear, but you had choice,
Yeah.
which didn't happen in 10 until about the Calmlands, I'd say.
Yeah,
Up until the Calmlands, it was pretty linear.
pretty.
Couldn't
fucking
really
linear.
do
And even
anything
in the
else.
Calmlands, you've still got to go ahead.
Well, you can train your Chocobo up to the point where you can ride one. You can go off to that other
Yeah,
temple,
that's true.
do some fights.
But it's not like you can go back to Bevelle, you know what I mean? I know for story purposes it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. Like, you can't even go back through Macalania Woods because it's blocked off.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
So, yeah. But, yeah. 10 arguably is my favourite. I don't think there's anything wrong with it being linear either.
No.
I've sort of complaints about that and I don't get
That's what I don't like about gaming these days.
it. If
I
it's
mean,
linear,
I
it's
do
shit.
feel like gaming is dying because of its community.
True.
I feel like only the popular thing can be good, and if it's not popular, it's not good, which is complete and utter bullshit.
So right now the popular thing is kind of like the Battle Royale genre.
Yeah, so Fortnite is the best game ever and everything else sucks.
I'd say close second is the loot and shoot genre, which is Destiny,
Like Borderlands.
Warframe. Warframe's become really big recently.
Yeah, it's coming to Switch. as
Yeah,
well.
there's that as well. But if it's not multiplayer, it's not good. And if it's not like open world, like
There's
we had that phase a while back.
Well, that's still going.
It's still
A
going.
lot
but I
of
feel
things are
it's-
like, this world is 5 times bigger than Skyrim.
I've said to you already.
I don't like how Skyrim has become the staple for comparing the size of worlds.
Yeah, you have said that to me. And then there's a Zelda Breath of the Wild where it's too big. I think we both agree.
I don't think there's any such thing as too big, but it's too sparse.
It's too big if it's not got enough in it.
That's the problem. You should have... So, my opinion on game design. Order. You shouldn't design a world and then decide to put things in it.
Yeah.
Which is what it felt like they did with Breath of the Wild. It felt like they built a big map, but like, look how impressive and big this is. Oh yeah, we've got to fill it with things. And that's why there's a stupid amount of shrines that are all very similar.
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh, this is massive, but we don't have enough variety of content to put in, and they just dot things everywhere.
I know we want to talk about it in a different podcast, which we will.
But yeah, so there's
eventually.
that, and then like, you should build the world around what you want to do in it. So be like, we're going to have a lot of caves, so start building mountains up and putting locations in all of them.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
No, I get what you mean.
That is something that I do like about Skyrim. I mean, yeah, okay, another topic we want to talk about.
Most fucking caves in Skyrim lead to that shit fucking place.
The Dwemer place.
Yeah.
Blackreach, is it?
Yeah, that fucking... And there's even a meme about it.
Yeah,
like,
I agree. Like,
oh, I'm just going to explore this cave and I'm in Blackreach. And I'm always going fucking back there.
yeah, it's horrible. It is horrible.
But, oh my god. But, yeah. No, I don't think there's anything wrong with it being linear. Even if it is a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, definitely.
For
I
a new
mean,
generation.
if there's anything we've learned from Final Fantasy, just be linear.
Just be linear.
Because 15...
But
I know
there
you
is
can't see me shaking my head, but...
Funnily enough, the design to make 13 is linear up to a point. My problem with 13 is that Lightning's a shit character.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I preferred Sarah.
It's like kind of like God of War. You know, Kratos was kind of like not a really flushed out character until...
Yeah, I couldn't really play
remake.
the other God of War games because Kratos just didn't interest me.
He's all like,
I'm
And
gonna
I
kill
thought-
stuff.
If I'm going to play a hack and slash, which is essentially what it was,
yeah,
I'd rather just play Devil May Cry.
you're not wrong.
Fight demons, just like that.
And also the character's better. So
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't just scream at people, he quips at them, which I much prefer.
yeah,
It shows more character and depth. And
but it looks like they did really fix that. In the
yeah,
newest
so they
one.
made Kratos more of a character, but
Which is
another
good.
topic for another time.
Good,
I
but
suppose.
I won't play it on principle. I haven't played the others.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just the way I am. If you played it and didn't play any others, all power to you. But
Which I'm one of them, but I played it on the hardest difficulty. I need to lower it and start again and actually get to the end because it was just taking me too long.
yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean, trying to do multiple jobs and keep this running and find time to actually play things, it's quite difficult.
Yeah. Well then,
Yeah, that about wraps it up.
yeah, we both agree it's a 9 out of 10 game with great points, a little low points here and there, but overall a great story.
Highly recommend everybody pick up the 10.10.2 HD remaster if you
It's
haven't
actually
already.
on offer on the PSN store right now, £13 for both.
For both.
For both.
Well,
I don't
there's
think
a
you
plug
can
right
actually
there.
buy them separately. I think they have to.
No,
be in
you
a bundle.
can't. No, you could on Vita, I think,
Yeah, you can.
a long time ago.
Long
I don't know
time
what
ago.
now, but yeah, actually, I'll leave a link to the PSN store.
Yeah,
That will be the EU store. I'm not sure if it will be the same for the US.
maybe.
But if it is,
Okay.
I'll check it, and if it is, I'll leave a link to that as well. So, yeah, that about wraps up the podcast. Next time, don't know what we'll talk
I think
about.
we'll be going back to KH.
Most likely, yeah. Continue our KH with Birth by Sleep and 0.2 Birth by Sleep Fragmentary Passage.
What a mouthful.
Oh
Oh
dear. All right. Right. Anything to add?
I'm gonna go watch England play for a third World Cup place.
Delightful.
Bye.
Peace out.